It's Tammy with the T, and sometimes the best with Elias, who is going to read us a story right now.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss.
Go ahead.
Let me see, I need to see it.
There's other books.
Try it.
Every. Who down is who
Ville, that's the made up word. Ville.
will
Uh-huh.
liked Christmas a lot.
Bless you.
It's not going off.
This is a long story.
Yeah, let's all take a page.
Okay, because you're good. Read it, because you're good.
I want to read
Okay,
it.
we're going to take breaks.
Yeah, he wanted to. So let him do the easy one and then you do that one.
Hurry up.
But the
Ugh.
Grinch
Who?
who lived just north of
Same word. Who?
Bill did not.
The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that that most likely reason of all. Hey, let me finish this one. May have been, I can't even see. Open it. May have been his heart was 2 sizes too small.
Okay, not true.
He
But
doesn't even
whatever
have.
the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted windows below in their town. For he knew everyone, for he knew every Who down and Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow's Christmas, it's practically here.
Yeah.
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow he knew
He doesn't even have.
all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh the noise. Oh the noise, 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 noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise, 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 noise.
Noise. What does he hate?
Noise.
Which I don't like.
Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast. And they feast, and they feast, and they feast, feast, feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something that Grinch couldn't stand in the least. See what?
Words.
And then they do something he'd like least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas scene, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
That's a long story.
Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch
Got a wonderful
awful idea. Leave the reading to the real readers. I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat. He made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? What do you think? No. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head.
That's my part. You hear him? Look at him trying to get in here. He said, that's my part.
Yeah.
Then he loaded some bags and some empty old sacks on a ramshackle sleigh and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, get up. And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the whose sleigh is snooze in their town. What's he gonna do?
Oh, come on.
You don't know this story?
I haven't watched Whoville.
We're going to tonight.
But I have watched the Lorax.
Okay, you can talk through the book reading. Go ahead.
You can talk. All their windows were dark.
Don't disregard me.
Quiet snow filled the air. All the Whos were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, this is stop number 1. The old Grinchy claws his. And he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. What do you think he's gonna do with an empty bag?
Put slap or coal in it.
Okay, let's see.
It's a good educated guy.
What do you think he's gonna do, Jakai?
You fill them up with gifts. Fill them up with gifts.
Okay.
Okay.
Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. He's a hater.
We're a happy family. Look at us. We're all
Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room, he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. So were you right or was Jakai right? Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast.
Wait a minute. What are pop guns?
We don't.
Guns that go pop. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the ice box as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with a glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree.
He only eats trash.
Well, he didn't want them to eat that. Ooh, he took the tree too.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2. Maybe we should go over.
2 hairs.
The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who had got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and she said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
Why?
Because he's a hater.
Because he's green.
He's a hater. What else?
But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this street that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. What words rhymed?
I don't know.
No, figure it out.
Bed and bed.
Not even over there. Bed and what?
Bed and bed.
That's the same word.
Right.
If you can't read, you should be able to write.
He didn't. He wasn't.
Cat and bat.
Read it again. Read it again.
No, I'll give you the next one. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head and he got her a drink and he sent her to bed.
He's not paying attention. You're gonna fail this.
So if you're not paying attention,
You're gonna fail this class. Is that what you want to do?
Cup up.
okay, I didn't say that yet, but yeah.
Okay.
And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. So Cindy Lou believed him. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. What rhymed? Was the log for their fire? Then he went up to the chimney himself, the old liar.
Liar and liar.
Ooh, I didn't catch it. I'm gonna be honest. My
Okay,
brain was
there's one
somewhere else.
more. On their walls, he left nothing but hooks and some wire.
Fire,
Mm-hmm.
liar,
Mm-hmm.
and liar.
Okay.
And the
That's
one
my
speck
boy.
of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. He left nothing. Then he did the same thing to the other whose houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other whose mouses. What rhymes?
Mouse and house.
I was about to say.
Man, I'm about to say
It was 1:15 all the who's still in bed, all the who's still snooze, when he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. Three.
Who's in something?
What?
Who's in something?
Ooh, yeah. Go.
Oh.
Keep going.
You're right, still. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. Pooh pooh to the woos, to the whoos. He was Grinchishly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the who's down in Whoville will all cry. Boo hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise.
Mary and Mary.
Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same.
Tall, small.
So even though they had no presents, were they sad? You guys aren't paying attention.
I'm not. I'm giving up with you.
Oh my God. And the Grinch
So when y'all don't get presents on Christmas Day, don't be
be
sad.
merry.
Man.
Sing, sing, sing.
Sing, sing, sing.
I'm gonna take all y'all presents.
There won't be none.
Oh, we're good.
And the Grinch with his Grinch feet.
Santa hears everything.
Bye. Keep going, Bree.
And the Grinch with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzle was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more.
It's come from your
Christmas
family.
means more. Dr. Seuss had it.
And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he, himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. The end.
Good job. What do we learn from the Grinch?
That he was a bad guy.
But then,
Then he changed, and then he learned from his mistakes that he was a bad person, and he did good things, and he gave back to the people.
and
What's your take, little boy?
Christmas. It's not enough presents.
You better say it. You better say it. Give me some.
what's it about?
Family.
So, you'll be okay? Will you decide if you have no Christmas presents this year?
Yeah.
No.
Are you paying attention?
Are you paying attention?
Yeah.
I'm about to fail this
Are you
class.
gonna be sad?
You're just gonna have to be sad
Because you get presents all year long.
all year long.
True or false?
Did I get presents when I was a baby?
Don't do that. We actually.
The question is, if you had no presents this year, because mommy ain't got it.
We're gonna supply them when we get no presents.
We're gonna
She hasn't bought me presents in years.
Many. And we're gonna see